Aquarius, welcome back for your November reading. Those of you who are new, welcome. Those of you who are returning, hello again. Now, if you're needing to make a booking, you can go to the link below. It'll take you through to the website. Also, if you want to follow me on social media, the links are directly below. Now, if you do have any troubles, just inbox me via the website and I can give you a hand. Okay, now I've pulled the cards ahead of time and I will pull clarifiers. I've also pulled chakra cards. Now, as for what's coming up with you guys in November, Aquarius, the two energies coming through with your chakra are responsibilities and base chakra. Now, these chakra areas, it can be that you're feeling that you need to get grounded. There can be some family-related dynamics, and it's all the interconnecting relationships that you may be assessing this month. So it might be how you fit in with them, how you're feeling connected to them, what makes you feel at home, what makes you feel grounded. Again, I will hyperlink it into every aspect, you know, of your reading to show you how this relates. Now, I have an in-betweener section as well for those of you who are in a left-right situation where you're not quite knowing what to do. Now, in the area of your wealth, my body is affected more by my thoughts than by substances. Now, it might be that you're having to work long hours. It can be a bit of mental conflict. Maybe for some of you, it might be torn between family and responsibilities and how all these relationships play into your life. It can be you're up in your head as well, and you're wondering how you're going to balance everything. Some of you who are thinking about returning to work, you're dealing with the aspect of relationships and responsibilities, and you're wondering how you can have many hands, how you can deal with all these situations, how you can be connected with these relationships and still feel grounded by managing and balancing these departments. It can be you're really wanting to have movement in the area of career and you're wanting things to change. You also want to be working or feel a direct connection within your place of work. Some of you might be dealing with aspects of conflict at work or just not feeling up to par. Now, it feels like it's never ending. It's this never ending cycle of juggling, and it might be with your finances, it might be with the connections and trying to get everything balanced. Something needs to give. It's like something in the financial department needs to change. Now, I do see you guys looking forward and thinking, you're actually looking at the aspect of finances and realizing that there's some expenses coming. Now, it might be New Year, Christmas, birthday parties, and you're wondering where all of it's going to come from, and you're really up in your head about it, about what to do. You do know that something needs to change, and it is in the relation to the amounts of money either spent or coming in, and you're tired of it staying the same and you're ready to directly address the area. Now, with your happiness sector, by changing my story, I can change my point of attraction. So again, it might be that there's situations you feel that are completely out of control. It might be an old energy coming back up for reflection. Now, again, this can be connected to relationships you've dealt with, and, you know, where you did have control, where you didn't, where you did feel grounded or you didn't. Now, a lot of this can be coming back to your finances where perhaps an element is out of balance in life. Now, it can be that you're feeling, if you are financially secure, spiritually secure, you're also being critical towards yourself in this situation. Now, it might be you're not thinking it this way, but by being in that vibration, it may be that you think that this is going to be a repeating story if you've gone through an aspect of adversity. Now, when it comes to happiness, you need to meditate upon what you spiritually feel is going to bring you happiness. Now, the clarification cards for this is no surprise. Now, this can be that you feel the energy has become stagnant and the connections that you're directly dealing with can feel they're either giving you what you need or they're giving you what you feel you lack. Now, it can be due to previous situations being very out of balance, and you looking at it, and it doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. It can physically be just in general, friendships, you know, your siblings, your best friends, co-workers. The mindset connected to these areas is a bit on the meditation side, where some things you saw coming, some things you know were out of balance, you're tired of the nasty surprises, you're ready to take the power back into your ball court. You're almost sick of watching over your shoulder if you've directly dealt with a very nasty person, I'll say. Now, also, you're really checking into your friendship groups, and you know who you can and you know who you can't trust. Now, some people you haven't seen in a while, you might have interpreted that they're not your friends anymore. Now, the clarification and the download I'm getting from this card is that, in fact, yes, they are. But they've walked a different spiritual path to you, and the reasons they've fallen out of contact with you was due to that. So it can be that these people come back from the past and you're a bit wary due to the past. But I'm seeing you're going to get a very different story. This is going to create stability. It is going to help you look at the story very differently, but try and be open to hearing the other people's side. It's not that your side's incorrect. It's that there may be elements of information missing, and it can support the relationship you have with them to a different level. Now, what you're not seeing. I can balance my vibration between my desires and my beliefs. It's like in the past, it might have been that you felt that you couldn't speak your truth, that you felt you couldn't be in your own energy and do things really that you felt were spiritually okay for you. There was perhaps some judgment upon you where being yourself meant something. It could have meant that perhaps you didn't feel as welcome within families or welcome within friendships or even within connections. And you're assessing all those elements outside of you as well as within you. Now, some journeys you don't wish to take any longer. Some of it you're doing a whole 360. You're gaining the clarity, especially connected to the Venus retrograde. So this is work you would have been doing for a while. As well as the fact that you're tired of being in a particular vibration. So you're no longer going to be up in your head about things, and you're not going to tolerate any BS. So when it comes to you feeling sorry for other people that really have betrayed your trust, it can be that you're really cutting them out and you're being very strict, but you're advised to be grounded when making these decisions, especially during that cycle where, you know, assess these relationships, hear the sides out if they're willing to speak, you know, to get to the point where you can feel grounded within the connection. But I do feel it to be quite positive. I feel some of you are going to get contact from people that you haven't seen in a while, and I feel this is going to give you a lot more peace and clarity. Now, any actions, transformations, or potential. So these are things that you may need to do or you might need to move towards in order to get the best out of your month. My experience is clear indications of the thoughts I think. So it may be that you're not thinking clearly because you have this card in reverse. That may be getting grounded and balancing these two chakras. We're doing a chakra clearing. That it might be that you see friendships differently, that you start giving, the give and take needs to come back into balance. No longer getting into a vibration of lack, more getting into a vibration of you're unable to give me what I need. And it can be mutual respect, it can be deep connections. So your actions are not to cut, but to stand in your truth and be to the point where even if people were friends and they turn enemies, even if lovers turn that way too, not to let that hold you back, but to release it and get to the point that you can find peace with it, but you still have sharp intuition to be assessing it even from a today's point, not from a yesterday's point, but still take that into consideration. You're not waiting around for anyone that really has had you on hold. You're very much moving forward fiercely. Now, if they're meant to be in your life, you physically know that they will find you. So I feel you're getting to a point you're starting to trust more in who you are to the core and what your value and worth is. Okay, couples. Okay, what's crowning your energy is an aspect of freedom. Now, this might be the meaning of what relationships are to you, the meaning of how to be grounded within a connection, what makes you feel at home, what doesn't. What is the relationship saying about you? Is it giving you spiritually what you need, regardless of what society says? Now, in the past, there may have been stressful related dynamics. Now, this can be within the connection or things that you previously experienced that can be coming up in a vibration. It may be a trigger point that's coming through in the relationship, and you're looking at it and you're saying, okay, this person now is displaying energies that remind you of a previous energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be a previous partner, but it's giving you a trigger point. Now, at the heart of the energy, you feel overwhelmed by something. And again, it can be due to these chakras being out of balance. You know, the relationship feeling out of balance, not quite feeling at home. Now, this could be impacted by your wealth sector. Not feeling you have enough, a lack. It can also be the connections of past betrayals, you know, friendships, family members, not seeing eye to eye, conflict externally. It seems it's taken a toll on you, so how you feel in general is on guard. Now, you are concerned moving forward that you may be left out in the cold and you might not have that support, but you're really assessing it against what is right now, what has been to date. And I think really it's almost like the moon card energy coming to mind, where you've really had to rest on your intuition. And you're very tired of doing that. You're now to the point where you want deep spiritual connections and you want to feel at home. You don't want to have to worry about that. Okay, in the future, you don't want to be in this vibration of feeling at odds with a person, you know, not really seeing eye to eye. Is this going the direction that we want this to go? Now, it may be for some of you that you've known this person for a very long time and you're remembering back to how it was when you first met. For others of you, you may be actually reflecting on a person from the past. Now, where previously you were stressed, it can be due to the relationship not moving to that next level or a previous relationship. Moving forward, regardless, you're moving out of fear and you're gaining some healing. Although there's room for movement, if you feel spiritually, if you're staying at a particular frequency, it may distance you from this situation. It might be that you need more room to breathe or you need to get out and about. The room I'm feeling is more room in the heart. So the clearing of the heart, you know, and you feeling grounded will give more room to you feeling more grounded and abundant within this relationship and not as agitated, connected to external situations. I feel if you deal with the external situations, the relationship is going to look very different. But until that can happen, I feel it's directly impacting it. I also feel some of you don't feel that this person understands these aspects. You're overwhelmed at the moment because you're really craving this happiness. You're really craving this deep spiritual connection. But it just doesn't feel, either the person is working away or they emotionally, vibrationally are out of touch, might be in their mind at the moment, or physically you've just completely lost connection with this person and you're not seeing eye to eye. So it can be you're going through a deep assessment stage. Now, those of you who are in between, There may have been aspects of codependency, addiction, or, you know, temptation for another person. It just feels the sort of energy where you're really trying to be strict with yourself. Now, this can be, for many of you, a connection to someone from the past or a love-related relationship, a deep, deep relationship that makes you feel grounded. Now, some of you, this relationship may not make you feel grounded at all because the card did come up in reverse, which is stating you need to get grounded. You do want a fresh start, but with who you're unsure with yet. It may not be that you're unsure, it might be the person, so it can go opposites, however it relates, even in the couples reading. So if the energies flip, take it out how it fits. Okay, singles. Now, some of you are feeling like you have this very deep spiritual connection with someone. You know who they are, you know how you feel, and they're really on your mind. Now, in the past, there might have been an aspect of deception. It can be with a water sign. There's fire signs, maybe Sagittarius. Regardless of the sign, there's an aspect of deceit. It can be past tense betrayal or lying. Moving forward and currently, it feels like this energy is like it's just halted. It feels very stubborn. This may be your energy or their energy, but it's like Clash of Clans I'm hearing. Now, regardless, at the heart of the matter is this has the potential to reach the limits. Future tense, it can be that this person feels a deep, deep, intimate connection with you. They feel very grounded with you. They may be very hardworking. Now, it might be you or their energy. Okay, although you have the faith, there may have been misfortune in the past, or you're directly avoiding misfortune. So you're keeping the faith that you have the tools to do what you need to do to get yourself grounded and to balance situations of what you will and won't accept in relationships. Now, in the past, although there was deceit, there was a lack of faith in this situation. It wasn't built on solid ground. Now, that's not to say it can't return with a solid foundation, but an aspect is give and take. Now, this energy of this person, be it yours or theirs, where you both stand right now, somebody may have taken something from you. This can be the physical person, it can be, you know, the trust, the belief in the connection. Now, this person I do feel will return. Now, I'm feeling as though they are wanting to make a direct offer and they're going to put the work in. I do feel with the sun at the heart of your reading that it's really going to be a consistent connection. It's going to be very different vibrationally than what it was. Okay, those of you who aren't dealing with an ex. Okay, you're going through a transformation and it can be leaving old friends behind and moving into a new group. I'll leave it there. Now, if you are needing a booking, as I said, you can go to the link below. Stay tuned for more readings during the month and I will talk to you soon.